All right, before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rahakwadash. Also, want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from. And as always, peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. Well, today is a testimony, but we're here as the Lord's hopeful prophets to prophesy the downfall of Mystery Babylon the Great, the so-called USA, and the coming kingdom of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. Let you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, as well as you speckled bird Israelites understand that salvation is for you, that kingdom is for you. But in order to attain it, you have to come back to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. Now I have a testimony. I've done this before, but it's been a while. So the Lord has put the spirit upon me to do this testimony concerning fasting. First and foremost, I'm gonna bring this out in the book of First Corinthians, man, before I give my testimony concerning our spiritual gifts and the spiritual decree that the Lord has going out concerning not hiding our talents, man. So as we grow in this thing of ours, the Lord manifest our different talents. So we'll go into those gifts or talents real brief, and then I'll get into the fasting portion. All right. So this is First Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. All right. So let's go down to verse 4. Now there be different diversities of gifts, but the same spirit. So there's different type of spiritual gifts, but it's all given to us by Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. So different offices, and we all have different measures of these gifts, man. Every brother has probably a small portion of some of these gifts, but some have more than others. All right. In 2 Corinthians 12 and verse 6, and there are diversities of operation, but it is the same God which worketh in all right. But the same manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit with all. For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom. And we understand that starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, they have wisdom. To another the word of knowledge. And that wisdom is the application of that knowledge. And we can tell from the apostles, elders on down that they have this spiritual gift of knowledge. All right. So that is a portion of a manifested spiritual gift that they have. Going down to another, the working of miracles. And brothers have dealt with that, but we're definitely coming into a time where we're going to see those miracles manifest. To another, prophecy. All the prophets have that spiritual gift. To another, discerning of spirits through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah. That is a gift that I have. I can discern spirits, man. I can tell when you have a demon on you or when you're sincere, and it's at a decent level now. Not to boast in it, but we're trying to teach our people these things. All right. To another, diverse kinds of tongues, so brothers can speak other languages. To another, the interpretation of those different languages, man. All right. But all these work that one in the self same spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will, man. All right. And then going into a gift of faith, man. So in order to fast, first and foremost, you have to have a gift of faith. And I say, as somebody who does it a lot through the spirit, not to boast in it, you have to have the faith that you're not going to freaking die. Straight up. You go to, and it depends on what type of fast you have, man. I'm gonna give my testimony soon, but that's where it is, and that gift of faith is given to us by Yahweh, by Hashem, and Yahweh Shah. So going into this testimony, so I was in the military. Long story short, I ended up getting out, dealing with the whole PTSD stuff. Uh, by this point in my life, during the time I did this fast that I'm going to tell you about, it's probably not long since I've been in the truth. I had the Lord showed me a book prior to me coming into the truth about fasting. You know what we say, the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So if I am a prophet of the Lord, I was always that. So I had found that book on fasting even before I came into the truth, and I had went on some fast. But this fast is near and dear to me. I'm gonna tell you guys about. I was dealing with the PTSD stuff, fighting, going to jail, mental hospitals, and I was living in an apartment. And the stories are deep, man. The stuff I experienced in jail, the depression is real high, coming from those 3 deployments that I did before I turned 22 years old. I was 17 in the Army, and we was getting it in. and I had a lot of issues when I got out. So long story short, I'm currently living in an apartment at this time, and the Lord has put the spirit upon me to go on a 7-day fast. That's 7 days with no food. So what I'm praying for on my spirit was, I have a daughter. I needed a house, or the Lord put a spirit upon me to ask for a house, and I was asking for my disability because I was in financial dire straits. I'm working, getting into fights. I come across the counter on your ass, like done it, throwing. Like, it was one time I was working at a hospital, a military hospital. I wasn't no damn cook in the military. That's just the humility process that the Lord had for me. I had to be a damn cook at a hospital. Woo! And man, I had to come across the counter on an Edomite, throwing. I was throwing shit and everything. I had to get up out of there, man. But I don't play that. I've calmed down now, man. But like I said, I was dealing with the PTSD stuff. Long story short, I'm now living in an apartment, and I'm praying, getting ready to go on this 7-day fast. I've never went on a 7-day fast before in my life, and what I was praying for specifically was two things mostly. I asked the Lord to give me a house because I needed it for me and my daughter, and I prayed for that disability. I wouldn't lie to you guys in this epistle. I went on that 7-day fast. During that process, I was in the spirit 1 day, 2 day, and what I would do is every hour on the hour, from the time that I would get up during this 7-day fast, for the most part, every hour on the hour while I was up, I would pray. So at the top of the hour, I would start praying for these two specific things. Lord Baba Kusha, give me a house. Lord, give me a house. Baba Kusha, however I was conveying it at the time, as well as that disability pension. All right. And I'm praying day by day. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. By the time I got to that 3 day of fasting with no food, I was crawling on the motherfucking floor. I thought I was gonna die. I was hungry. All right. It hurt. But I kept going through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shai. Made it to day 4, 5, 6, and then 7. I started that fast, I think, at 7 p.m. 7 days prior. During that 7th day that I was praying for my disability, that 7th day, my father, at night, it was around 7 o'clock when I closed it out, finishing my last prayers, my father came knocking on my apartment door. And he was like, he came with some paperwork. He's like, boy, you got it. Boy, you got it. Because he was fighting with me to help me get, because he was in the army too, man. He was in Iraq. And he came to my door that night that I finished that 7-day fast with my disability pension. Say, hey, they done gave you your 100% disability. And I got back pay, and it was some money. You know what I'm saying? The back pay was a lot of money. And the Lord gave it to me, man. The house that I'm currently in is a very nice house. It's a 4 bedroom. I got upstairs, downstairs, a sunroom right out there. I'm in that house currently that I was praying for, that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai gave me. And that is like my testimony. I got plenty, but that is the motivation, the exhortation that the Lord has put upon me for the sheep. All right. And I got some precepts of fasting, but it shows you, man, going back to you remember the historical account of Cain and Abel. You remember our brother Abel had a better sacrifice than his brother Cain. Because of that, Cain decided he was going to go ahead and take the life of his brother. And we know that. And that's the spirit of Cain, is the spirit on Esau Edom. He's jealous because of our blessing. All right. But if you want certain things, because we always speak about, the wrath of Yahweh Hashem and Hawashai, the sternness, the rebuke. But I'm here to tell you that if you serve the Lord and make decent sacrifices, hey, the Lord know how to give good things, man, and he will bless you. Like I say, I'm in this house living pretty decent, man, for my daughter, and it's a very nice house. I went through the process of buying it. I dealt with the Edomite ladies when I was signing all the paperwork for my house. They act like they never seen a young black man, all right, acquire a house like that. And it's all through the will and power of Yahweh Bahashim Mahoshah. But it was so amazing to go, and that was like the hardest thing that I've had to do up to that point. I've since have more 7-day fast and more testimonies, but that's what's on my spirit. All right, I got that. I couldn't believe it, man. It blew my mind. My father came over there knocking on my freaking door the night I finished that fast. Say, boy, you got it. So I'm here to tell you that he's never going to have you go on a fast if you want his, and you pray for something and it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to be through his will and the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. So let's get this in the book of Matthew. I got my damn Bible. I'll go to Matthew chapter 17. And we're coming to, the time of great tribulation, so we need to be fasted up. And I'm going to bring out some precepts of why that is. This is Matthew 17. And I'm gonna just go straight to the point, man. In verse 21, howbeit, this is words from Malak Yahweh Shah. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. The Lord is teaching his disciples about faith, man, and about demons. All right, it came an account where they couldn't cast this demon out, and the Lord is teaching us, right, that sometimes certain demons are upon us that can't leave us only if we go on a fast. There's different type of fast. I'm not here to tell you to try to attempt a 7-day fast if you've never done it. You can do 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and there's different type of fast. All right, but the fast that I have upon me is a lot of the prophets, man. All right, and I went on plenty. It's not to boast in, but it's in relation to what I started, the spiritual gifts, man. You got to have faith that the Lord is going to deliver you from what you need to be delivered from. All right, he's going to bless you and bestow upon you the things that you're asking for sincerely, man. And it all requires faith. So that's a good exercise in faith to go on these fasts. I'm telling y'all, I got a pretty nice house, man. I got a little gym back there. You see it light up all type of shit. That's a cap, man. That shit's some thousands of dollars. I'm a personal trainer. I went to school for this, man. Like, the Lord gave me all this stuff, man, via that good sacrifice, man, because it ain't no joke, man. I went on that 7-day fast. I know what it feels like to think I'm finna die. You know what you look like to the Lord going on a fast, even if it's 1 day. You know what I mean? Think about it. In Babylon the Great, Mystery Babylon the Great, the so-called USA, during that time that you making that sacrifice for yourself or for Yahweh Shema Hawashah, look at how the Lord looking at everybody on the earth. You got these motherfucking gluttonous Israelites doing these mukbang videos, and look at you shining to Yahweh Shema Shai on your fast, making your body a living sacrifice. It ain't just about doing these epistles, going out on the highways and byways. That is what we do as well, but it's a lot of what we do off the camera, and a lot what we do off the camera doesn't get seen and acknowledged, man. So sometimes the Lord put the spirit on certain brothers to make these testimonies, man, so you'll shine. All right, to Yahweh Hashem Hawashah, if you make your body a living sacrifice via prayer and fasting, because the majority of the people here in Babylon the Great ain't gonna do it. They'll do it for carnal reasons, okay? But when it comes to the name Yahweh and Yahweh praying in those names with the fast, everybody can't do it. Okay, let's go. And then I wanted to really get this in the book of Daniel. So we're gonna look at, because that's the spirit I come in, man, the spirit of Daniel and his, in the crew. All right, so the book of Daniel, Daniel was in Babylon serving under Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. All right, so let's go to Daniel chapter 1 and verse 5. And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof they might stand before the king. So King Nebuchadnezzar is trying to get Daniel and the crew, all right, to eat of his meat. Now, I'm sure he had some lawful meats, but good and well he has some unlawful meat. Daniel, being in the spirit, coming in the fear of the Lord, he's aware of the king's meat and the wine. So check this out in verse 8. We'll skip down. But Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he may not defile himself. So Daniel, coming in the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Hawashah, he's inquiring, I don't want to eat this meat that the king got. I want to eat things that pertain to serving Yahweh Hashem Hawashah, man. All right. So we go down to verse 12. Prove thy servants and beseech thee 10 days. So Daniel is saying, basically, try us for 10 days, okay? And let them give us pulse to eat, basically, fruits and veggies, all right, and water to drink. All right, and then check this out. Then let our countenances be looked upon before thee. So he's saying, give us 10 days, try us. Y'all eat what y'all eat. We're gonna eat this way. Give us 10 days, then come back and check with us and see what we look like. All right. So it says, in the countenance of the children that eat of the portion of the king's meat, and as thou seest, deal with thy servant. So it says, verse 14. So he consented to them in this matter and proved them 10 days. So it was so it went. All right. So them boys went 10 days on this not eating the king's meat. And guess what it had to say in verse 15. And at the end of the 10 days, their countenances appeared fairer. Our people are ignorant. They think fair mean white. That shows you the brainwashing of our people. It don't mean white. I had got it. Man, the blue letter right here. Just a second. Let me get that. Let's see here. Let me get that real quick for that word fair. And we'll see what it mean if it mean white. Because it don't mean white. I done got into it with Eve about this shit. I think it mean white. It doesn't mean white. If I can find Daniel. My mind is playing tricks. Oh, Genesis, Exodus, Second Kings. There it is. Salakia. All right, so yeah, Daniel 1. And then 15 again, we're going to get that word fair. All right. In the blue letter, here we go. Here we go.
Strong's H 2896. Tov.
Tov. It says good, straight to the point. So what the brother's saying is after these 10 days, based off of them eating fruits and vegetables and drinking water, when they look upon their countenance, they look good. They look better than the other people who was eating the king's meat. So it says, and at the end of the 10 days, their countenance appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat. So there's another reason why we should go on these particular fasts. You don't necessarily have to go on a fast where you don't eat. You can go on what they call the Daniel fast. And there's all, first and foremost, we want to be spiritual and be concerned about the spiritual things, man. Once we took care of that business, there's other blessings that'll manifest during this fast, like you looking better. I'm a personal trainer. I'm not getting in that. I understand the functions of the body and such, all right? The things that we need to put inside, all right, and get out. When we're going on these fasts, your body, especially if you're in the spirit, and Paul Yahweh Hashem Mahawashah, the Lord is going to first and foremost purge that leaven out of you. There's going to be things that's coming out in your fast that you may think you're hiding. It's going to come out. All right. All your little dirty deeds is going to come out. The Lord is going to expose that and reveal that during that fast. But also in the physical sense, as it pertains to your body, there's healing going on, man. Your body is going to start to heal itself. You're not eating, especially if you're going to know food fast. Hey, it's giving your, because the digestive process, man, requires a lot of energy. Once you don't have any food to digest, it gives your body the energy to start repairing itself. We talk about these red blood, I don't want to get into that. But like the brother's saying though, his countenance, all right, he looked good, all right. Prime example, man. This is my July be my birthday month. I'm almost 40. I got a homeboy I grew up with. He's 1 year younger than me. And the brother got gray all in his beard. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have gray hair, but my cousin like asked me on the phone, man, hey, you got gray hair yet? D, you got gray hair yet? I'm like, boy, if I get gray hair, y'all dead. Cause I ain't going. All right. So like, I'm saying fasting to keep you looking young and healthy. It'll keep you healthy, man. So that's something that we have to remember as we serve y'all by Shemal Shai. First and foremost, the spiritual aspect, man. Getting closer to Yahweh Shemal Shai. Getting that leaven, that old man out of us, man. That's the purpose. And again, the Lord is going to reveal those things during your fast, man. I'm not suggesting anybody try no damn 7-day fast just jumping out to it, because I didn't. I went on 1 day and I had testimony for that, and I went on 3 days, but eventually the Lord strengthened me to go on 7 days, and I got a bunch of them, under my belt through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shai. And it's something like stuff like that you don't see on camera, that you wouldn't know that a brother do that. And you know how prideful Babylon the Great is. I told you I'm a personal trainer. I used to be swole in the military and all that shit. Fasting often has required me to lose a lot of muscle mass. When I step out in the world, all that they care about is you skinny, old corny ass niggas, old corny. You know what Eve be with that shit, because I've experienced like Eve like being all in love with me just on how my body look alone, you know what I'm saying? And I've experienced, when I came in my humility, and it ain't that same type of experience. But who cares, man? Hey, when we change and we get the new bodies, I bet we'll have y'all all blushing then. But the whole point, all right, is a taking the low, man, taking that sacrifice, making your body a living sacrifice. And there's also, because we deal with the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai, we talk about it daily, the fear of the Lord. But I'm here to tell you, man, the Lord will bless you, all right? And he's never going to put, if you're his, a spirit upon you to ask for something that can't happen. But you got to have faith. And I did. And I showed forth my faith during that 7-day fast, praying for that house for me and my child, man. And I'm living in it right now. I'm coming up on my 7th-year anniversary. Will be next month since I've been in this house. 7 years, about how long I've been in the truth. Come, roughly about 7 years. It's amazing. 7 means completion, right? It's near and dear to me that the Lord, it has me doing this testimony, man. And it was beautiful because that was like a miracle for my dad to pop up. I'm talking about the fight for that disability was insane. I done had to show my ass. I done had to whoop ass out here. You understand me? I'm not even joking. I done choked my coworker out. A girl had ran up on me one time. I was at work. I done choked shouted. You know what I'm saying? Down there threw it on the grill. It was a griddle. I down there threw a little shouter on the grill. You know what I'm saying? I done had adverse reactions in the mental hospital via ESAL medication, which the Lord has delivered me from. All that medication that they want to give you. All these things, man, got worked out in this fast, and the Lord delivered me from that, man. That PTSD shit, man. Hey, the Lord can deliver, man, if you want his, man. All right. So let me go to the book of Matthew again. A couple more precepts, or I might leave it at this. But Matthew chapter 6, and then we'll go to verse 16. All right. Moreover, when ye fast, and this is from a words of Malak Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, man. So when we do go on these fasts, don't gloat. Don't be showing people. Don't be like, oh, I'm going through it. Oh, I'm going through it. Nah, man. It says, of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily, I say unto you, they have their reward. All right, but for us, but thou, when thou fastest, or when we fast, all right, anoint thy head and wash thy face. So we want to appear like it's just all normal, basically, man. Like it's all good. Don't you even worry about it, my sister. Don't you even worry about it, my brother. You have no idea the sacrifice that I'm taking for Yahweh Bahashim Shai. Remember, you go on these fasts, and it's people on especially in Babylon the Great, ain't never not had no food, in their mouth, day by day. Seriously, it's some people that ain't never like not went a day without food in Babylon the Great, especially that my 600-pound life type of stuff. It says, verse 17, but thou, when thou fastest, anoint thine head and wash thy face. And verse 18, here's the point, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, which is in secret, and thy Father Yahweh and his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai, which seeth in secret, shall reward you openly. You do something in private, the Lord will show you that you want to his. He'll show them that you want to his. All those people that doubted you, your faith, your obedience, they'll see it. And first and foremost, your spirituality, man. For the prophets, the men, first and foremost, will grow. The Lord will start to manifest our talents, our gifts, man. But it starts with taking these sacrifices. It ain't always just about going out on the highways and byways. That's what we do, of course. But it's a lot of stuff that is required of us off the camera. Are we really living this, man? And a lot of brothers, I'm gonna just keep it real. And you can see I'm a personal trainer. I got the credentials to critique your body if I want to. It's a lot of brothers that I could tell probably ain't fasting, because if you did, you'll probably look the part. You know what I mean? Maybe you ought to go on a fast every now and then. You know, maybe you should check yourself, because again, not trying to boast or put myself in a position I not ought not to be, but the younger brothers, we go ham too. We give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone daily. There's a lot of maybe, they may not see our talents, right, to give us, but everybody deserves to be reverenced, truth be told, right? If we, the sisters too, hey, Yahweh, Tawadi Abashim Al for the sin sisters, everybody, and there's like talents that we're damn near elite in that you'll never see. Like, I got plenty of 7-day fasts, and I'm not boasting, all right? But it's just what it is, and I know what it feels like to fast. And again, how many 7 days you went on? 7 days a week. You went on a week of, and I know brothers have testified of Great Millstone that have done it. Call all your Basham shot, but the bulk, come on, man, it's no way. Because it's per our gifts and our talents. I don't have the spirit of a teacher. I can exhort, but the apostles do. They can teach, man, and it's other brothers that have that ability to teach. I bring experience. Hey, I always bring up the war stuff. Why does the Lord have me talking about war so much? The Lord is a man of that. We're coming into a time of that. I have that experience being in the Special Forces group, 17, 18, 19, 20. Niggas kicking in doors 3 in the morning, ground shaking. Now motherfuckers want to cap like they done seen it or they done it, want to watch some movies. And then you got a real brother that experienced, and we don't really like, I don't say we don't get respect, but you know what it is, like, it's just the will of the Lord, man. But that's why the Lord has me doing this epistle, man. We don't want to continue to hide our talents, because brothers are talented out here, and it ain't just, the leadership on down, man. Hey, the younger brothers, and I'm not really a younger brother. I told you I'm pushing 40, but per my fasting, I probably look a little younger than the brother that's pushing 40 years old. My birthday coming up next month. I won't be 40, but I'll be damn near. I'm not going, I'm damn near at 40 years old, man. And through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shah, praying and fasting often, it keeps me looking young. It keeps different ailments. That's another testimony. Hey, before I came into the truth, man, even before I used to, through that depression, smoke cigarettes, man. All time, of course, weed too, but like having a demon to smoke cigarettes. Oh my God, we was gone. Fucking Newport short, give me 50 cents for a Newport. But I could see in my eyes when I would smoke them cigarette, I would get these dark circles around my eyes. All it is poison. You're just sucking poison. And of course, when I would fast, this is before I came into the truth though, but when I would fast, I would start to see changes in my body. I would see my countenance. Yeah, I would see my skin get smooth. I would see those dark circles from smoking cigarettes, all right, start to leave, man. So that's also a reason that we should fast, man, because it about spirituality first and foremost. Oh yeah, man, we got to get demons off of us, man. We sick, all of us sick. You probably don't know what type of disease it hasn't fully manifested, but we all sick one way or another, and that's a reason why another reason the Lord told us pray and fast often. I'm one of the brothers. The Lord is making me do this video or this epistle. I fast often, and it caused me to look, and I got a gym right there, man. Whole gym. I got a treadmill, all type of crazy shit, man, that the Lord gave me, man. But this is more important, sacrificing for Yahweh Shema Shah is more important to me than oohs and eyes from the world, because in Babylon the Great, that's all they care about, being thick and swole. That's all they care about. Is you thick? Is you swole? That's all they care about, right? Boy, stop. But that's pretty much the point of the epistle, man. We got to continue to serve the Lord. Let's fast more if we can. I'm not suggesting do no 7-day fast. I suggest for you ladies especially, try that Daniel fast, man. Fruits and vegetables. You claim it. You say in your mind, I'm gonna do this amount of days, and I ain't like when I did that 7. I wasn't watching TV or nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's how hard I went. And like I say, I'm living pretty decent. I got some blessings that come with it. But you take one day, and the Lord will bless you. You take one day and take it serious, man. And hey, Whether you're doing the Daniel type of fast, fruits and vegetables and water, or whether you just go to water, or whether it gets dangerous not doing drinking water. I wouldn't suggest that. But if the Spirit's on you to do so, you'll do it. Remember the accounts of brothers that went on these fasts. Malachi Hawashai, first and foremost, got 40 to the gut, right? And you know why he fasted, preparing for his sacrifice, all right? Moses, 40. What did he get after that 40-day fast? The law, statutes, and commandments, man, or the 10 commandments, written on stone via chariot. So that's another reason why we should fast, is to receive spiritual dreams, visions, manifestation, insight. You confused about what's going on. You confused about the name Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. You pray and inquire. So that's what we are. I don't say every brother did. I did. I asked the Lord, is this your name? When I first heard the name Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, through prayer and fasting. And to this day, years later, I'm still calling upon Yahweh Shema Shai. So I am confident that the brothers of Great Millstone, Yahweh Shema Shai, dealing with. So with that, hey man, let's continue to serve Yahweh Shema Hawashai. So I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear once again to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.